If you didn't know, I've been working full-time in the music industry for the past few years as a producer and an engineer. So I've been earning all my money from music and making it. And it's been a really amazing journey. But often people ask me, how are you able to make a full-time living doing this? A lot of people work jobs. They want to just understand how can they leave their job and make a living in the music industry, most likely as a producer, because a lot of us are making beats and we have all this music that we're sitting on, but not necessarily doing anything with. In today's video, I'm gonna break down the 6 main ways producers like yourself can make money in the music industry and how you can turn your hobby into a full-time living. Are you ready? Let's go. Are you an artist, producer, engineer, or music professional that's looking for funding for your music career? Could you benefit from having funding for studio time, mixing and mastering, or even marketing costs? I think I have something for you. I've written a free ebook. It's 9 pages, super short and digestible, where I break down the 6 main places that artists and professionals like yourself can find funding for their musical projects. If this sounds like it's of value to you, please click the link below and you can download this for free today and benefit from this knowledge. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy, 5-Piece producer and engineer extraordinaire. Thank you for checking out today's video. I'm super excited to talk about the 6 ways producers like yourself can make a full-time living in the music industry, just like I have for the past few years. But before we get into that, if you can, please hit the bell and the subscribe button below and feel free to check out my other videos. I'm covering a lot of amazing topics in my videos, ranging from mixing and recording, all the way down to grant writing and career advice like we're talking about in today's video. Now, let's talk about the 6 main ways producers like yourself can get paid to do what they love. Let's start with number 1, royalties. There's a bunch of different royalties available to music creators, but of course you need to have the catalog to justify it. You need to have a lot of music out there, and of course it needs to be getting played. But let me talk about a few of the main royalties that artists and producers can receive. The first is performance royalties. This is stuff from foundations like SOCAN, ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and more. And these are royalties that are generated when your song is performed or played in public. So whether it's played on TV, on radio, or performed at a concert, that money is generating a royalty that is then paid out to the songwriters. And as a producer, chances are you're responsible for about 50% of a song being the beat or instrumental, and you're therefore entitled to a percentage of the royalties generated from that song. So that's one very common form of royalty that a producer can receive. Another is mechanical royalties. These are royalties that are generated when a song is purchased or streamed. And if you distribute your music through an independent distributor such as DistroKid, you're able to split royalties and receive them. So if you work closely with an artist who distributes their music through DistroKid, you're going to be entitled and able to get a percentage of that royalty every time that their music is listened to. There's a bunch of other royalties out there, so for that reason, I'm going to include a link to another video that I've done below, all about royalties and how to collect money for your music. Sync licensing. Sync licensing happens when your song is licensed by a film or TV production and they use it within the work that they've created. This is usually a visual medium. So, if you get your song on Daredevil, if you get your song on any type of commercial, there are sync licensing payments that are going to be made for that music. And if you created that music, you're going to be the one that receives it. Now, this is usually done up front. They usually negotiate with you and they pay you a flat fee, but the benefit of this is you are also able to collect royalties for that music in the commercial as well. Now, there is a bunch of different ways to do this. You could be submitting your music directly to music supervisors if you have relationships with them. And there's also other websites like Taxi and even platforms that allow you to sell the music directly to content creators and visual media creators. Now, a lot of music supervisors will use these sites to source their music, and if you have your music available on there, you're able to actually turn this music into money and get the benefit of solid branding by having these songs in these visual works. Teaching. Teaching is actually one of my favorite ways to create money for my music, for my skills fast. So if you're a producer that makes beats and you have a really solid skill, or maybe you have a solid skill with a specific DAW like FL or Ableton, you can teach other people that want to learn these skills directly in person or online. I personally teach a lot of different students all over the world. I've taught people in Switzerland, Hong Kong, Russia, the US, and here at home in Canada, both in person and online. And if you have a skill that's in demand that somebody wants to learn, you can absolutely turn this into money. You just have to be able to reach the person that wants it. Performing. I'm not gonna lie, right now we're in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, so it's a little bit difficult to think about this, but performance is a huge aspect of the music industry, not just for artists, but also for producers. And prior to entering this pandemic, we've seen a lot of different producers doing their own tours, DJing and performing their music alongside a bunch of different people. A great example of this is Murda Beats and Boi-1da. Both are hometown Toronto legends, and they've been going around performing their music for sold-out stadiums for a while, and obviously making money from that as well. Another great example is DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled is not necessarily an artist himself. He's not singing, he's not rapping, but he's of course screaming his name on every record. But at the same time, he's executive producing these songs and going around doing stadium tours where he's performing these same songs. If you're a producer that has their own music, that has their own catalog, and knows how to spin, knows how to DJ, this is a very easy way to turn this into money. And now with the entry of live streaming becoming a very popular thing, there may even be ways for you to incorporate that into your income streams as well. Selling sounds, samples, and drum kits. I specifically think about the homie Illmind on this because I know he's been selling his blap kits for years, and I know he's making a lucrative career out of that alone, not to mention the other stuff that he does, such as placements, scoring, etc. Now, if you're a producer that can come up with some dope melodies and create dope sample packs, you should absolutely be exploring this because this is a specific problem that a lot of producers struggle with. A lot of them suck at coming up with their own melodies and chord progressions, and if you're able to create dope sounding packs with amazing textures, you can absolutely solve this problem and of course make money as a result. Drum kits is another thing. We're always hunting for new drum kits, and if you're a great sound designer and could come up with some amazing palettes, you're gonna have no problem making money with your sounds. Selling beats online. I saved this one for last because it's so obvious, it's low-hanging fruit, and I'm also concerned because I feel like it's a very, very saturated market with a lot of producers racing to the bottom in terms of prices. However, you can still absolutely explore this avenue even as one additional income stream, because if you have all these beats literally sitting there rotting on your hard drive, you may as well do something with them, even if it means selling a $25 or $35 lease online. The key here is just to make sure that you're solving an artist's problem, which is they don't have beats, and more importantly, you're creating a palette for them to actually rap or sing on that's desirable. A lot of people have beats that they've made, but artists may not actually want them because they're not as good or they just don't fit the description of what they need. So definitely be mindful of what people are looking for, and don't be afraid to use the whole tight beat thing because that'll help with SEO and people finding your production. Now, there is another way to sell beats, and it's not online. It's actually by dealing with people in person. And there's a lot of different ways that you could connect with artists in person to sell your production. And I actually have a video tailored specifically for you in answering this question. I'm gonna leave a link for it below, but it's called How to Find Artists for Your Beats. Definitely check that out so you can learn more about how to do that. So as you can tell, 6 main ways that producers can make money with their music, with their abilities. Now, of course, there's gonna be way more ways than this. I'm sure there's some stuff that I've overlooked. And if you know of any, definitely drop them in the comments below so you can help not only me, but everybody else watching this video. I hope this helped, and I'm looking forward to helping you again soon. Definitely hit the bell and the subscribe below. Give me a thumbs up, smash that like button if you can, and I'll help you again soon. Peace out.
5.